Hey, welcome to a fresh new episode of the TD News Show and happy Friday to everybody. This is going to be the last episode for this week. So, let's talk about some news. But before getting into the news, I just want to ask you guys one thing to just hit the like button on this video because that will help me to stand out in the algorithm because the algorithm hates me. And while you're down there, why don't subscribe? And if you are all done with that, now let's talk about some news. And let's start the show with NVIDIA because it looks like that they are introducing their RTX, or I say reintroducing their RTX 2060 series again just few weeks before their 3060 launch. Now, if you ask me why they are doing it, well, I have only few simple explanation. One of the first is they have to put out something because there is nothing in the market right now, and also at the same time making new GPUs or like any new hardware is much harder than what it used to be because of the current situation of the world right now. So they are reintroducing these GPUs, the R2060 series. So for those people who needs a GPU, they can get at least something. Now, talking about the pricing, it will cost you $300 and $400 for the 2060 and the 2060 Super respective. Now, on the topic of NVIDIA, there are some reports indicating that the RTX 3060 is going to be a AIB only card. That means there's going to be no Founders Edition 3060 in the market, at least for right now. Now, this one is a little bit serious because it's about Windows 10 and it's about a bug in Windows 10. Now, that's not a new thing for us Windows 10 users, but what is new is how this bug's gonna affect our PC. So if you go through a very proprietary or a very specific file destination in your files, then your PC will be not only going to crash but also recovering your PC from that crash or that blue screen of death is next to impossible. So I have linked down an article from Gizmodo. Go and check it out. And again, don't try it yourself. You're just gonna harm or break your PC. Next one, let's talk about the Red Team because their Ryzen 9 5900HX has recently reached PassMark's mobile CPU leaderboard with a score of 24,039 points compared to 16,594 points of the Intel Core i9 10980HX, Team Blue's current flagship CPU in the 45 plus watt segment. And the Ryzen 9 5900HX is gonna be a 8-core 16-threaded unlocked CPU that AMD showcased in CES 2021. Now, enough for the Red Team, let's talk about the Blue Team because their upcoming 11th gen i5 11400 has been recently leaked on Geekbench, and as per Geekbench it's gonna be a 6-core 12-threaded CPU, but it not all sunshine and rainbows because as per the Geekbench benchmark, it scored 1247 in single core and 6197 in multi-core, which is 30% lower than AMD's 5600X. And also the i5 has 2.6 GHz of base clock and 4.4 of boost. And yes, this is not an unlocked CPU because it's not a K variant. But again, the performance isn't looking good, and also at the same time synthetic benchmark doesn't always tell you the full story, but 30% is a high number. But let's hope for the best that Intel will start to fight back with at least something. But talking about hope, you don't have to be hopeful that I'm gonna give you guys the quick news or not, because I'm gonna give you guys the quick news because this is the time for the quick news. So let's talk about the quick news. LG considers leaving the mobile business. YouTuber modifies GeForce RTX 2070 to support 16GB of GDDR6 memory. MSI preparing for a 3060 Ti mining specific graphics card. NVIDIA Shield TV now support PS5 and Xbox Series X and S controllers. NVIDIA drops Max-Q and Max-P SKU naming. Some M1 Mac users are reporting screensaver screensaver takeover bug. Linux gets ported to Apple's M1 based devices. Apple is also reportedly developing VR and AR headset for launch in 2022 and 2023. Porsche entry-level Taycan models start at $81,250 from now on in US. Netflix launching a new shuffle play feature. EU fines Valve and major game publishers for geo-blocking title. Battlefield 6 is going to be a soft reboot with modern settings, and Gabe Newell confirms that Valve has multiple games in development. Now that was all for today's techie stuff, and if you want to know more about any of these stories, all the links are linked down in the description, so don't forget to check them out. Now let's talk about some of the stuff I like, and let's start with Tom Holland's Uncharted movie because it's got delayed to February 11th 2022, which is next year. And I just don't know, like, first in 2020 every single movie was getting delayed, now again this. I just don't know what to say about it. But talking about what to say about it, there are some good news, and that is Thor's Love and Thunder, Thor's next movie, is going to start filming from this week, and it has been confirmed by Chris Hemsworth. He shared something on Instagram. And also, if you don't know, this is going to be a pretty major movie because it's not going to be a Thor movie, but it's also going to be a Thor and a Guardians of Galaxy tie-up movie, which, if you like haven't been following MCU for a long time, like specifically after Iron Man 3, they started to combining more than one characters in one movie, and obviously the end game was a final epic battle. And let's talk about the last bit of fun news for today, and that is Willy Wonka is getting a prequel in March 17, 2023. So it's a long time, but if you haven't watched the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, go ahead, watch it. And we hopefully gonna get a prequel in 2023 if everything goes well. Now talking about everything going well, this episode is no more going well because this is the end of this episode. Yes, this episode is ending. So if you like the video, hit the like button. I will appreciate if you like this video because that will help me to stand out in the algorithm. But if you don't, leave it as like, feel free to do it. But remember, you will hurt me so bad. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, which I appreciate if you do that, well, do it by here. And there's Akash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.